Michael Carroll, as the nation watches these continued efforts to repeal Obamacare, there are concerns about the future of health care coverage for families in our state.
This is a big day for our clinic.
At the Taylor's Free Medical Clinic, officials celebrate 12 years of providing health care to people with no health care coverage.
Last year, we were able to provide over 4,500 patient visits.
Many of those visits by people who lost their insurance at work, by employers who claim to be negatively impacted by Obamacare.
We saw patients that we never had to see before because they always had coverage. And then their employers had to make tough decisions about who was going to be full-time and who was going to be part-time.
I regret that we're here.
For 7 years, Republican lawmakers have tried to repeal the law, claiming it is hurting American employers. But the nonprofit group Palmetto Project insists Obamacare is working for thousands of South Carolina families.
We know that South Carolinians have seen a huge increase in their insurability, that they have real, genuine options to get insurance because of the ACA. And instead, we've been hearing about employers and wealthy people who live far outside of South Carolina and the tax cuts they need. That doesn't affect us here.
She says repeal efforts could cause 250,000 people in South Carolina to lose health care coverage. Regardless of what happens, this free medical clinic is ready to help patients in need. Palmetto Project is urging South Carolinians who need health care coverage to sign up during open enrollment in November, even as lawmakers in Washington look for ways to repeal the law. Michael?
All right, Tim, thank you. The Lieutenant Governor of South Carolina will run for governor, and Kevin Bryant came to his hometown of Anderson for the announcement today. Here's the news conference for you, held in front of the small business Cromer Food Services today. Bryant touted himself as a consistent conservative, and he says he wants to restore integrity to the State House and get people engaged with their government.
The gas tax was passed, vetoed, and overridden before the taxpayer even had a chance to know what was coming. And that was just a missed opportunity.
Bryant says he called the other candidates for governor before his announcement, including the incumbent governor, Henry McMaster. Bryant says he and McMaster have been friends for a long time, and he says his campaign won't change that. He says he offered the same commitment to the other candidates as well.
Bryant's announcement today makes him the fourth candidate competing for the Republican nomination next June. Those who have thrown their hat into the ring as well include Governor Henry McMaster, former two-time State Department head Catherine Templeton, and former Lieutenant Governor Yancey McGill. No one has announced a bid as a Democrat yet.
Looks like the storms have moved out, just a few lingering showers out there.
Meteorologist Chris Justice is promising a fantastic weekend ahead. Chris?
Much lower humidity and much cooler temperatures. Hard to ask for much more than that as we approach August. Typically our hottest week of the year right now, and we're talking about 50s for the mountains by Sunday morning. Yeah. All right, so what's happening right now? We still have a few showers going on across the area, so keep that umbrella handy into the overnight hours. Now, it's hard this time of the year to get a front to pass all the way through. Well, it has happened. All the severe weather down toward the PD, the Low Country, and the Midlands overnight tonight into tomorrow. For us, we're clearing things back out. You can see a few leftover showers across Cherokee County from Gaffney to Blacksburg. That's about it. In western North Carolina, spotty showers. A quick sprinkle, a quick downpour, then it moves on out. No washouts expected tonight. Just keep that umbrella handy if you're heading out to dinner. Maybe a quick dash to the car from the restaurant. Otherwise, temperatures are comfortable. 82 in Greenville, 84 in Anderson. Warming back up in northeast Georgia. We're going to see temperatures go way down this weekend. We'll talk about that coming up.
Chris, thanks. We'll see you later. The man accused of leading authorities in a manhunt for days in western North Carolina went before a judge today, and that judge set his bond at $2 million. Philip Stroop appeared by video in a Marion courtroom today. The judge told Stroop he faces a charge of possession of a firearm by a felon and possession of methamphetamine right now, and he is expected back in court sometime next month.
Authorities feared Stroop had kidnapped a man there in the mountains, and tonight there's a reward on the line to help find him. 68-year-old Tommy Bryson has been missing since Wednesday morning. Authorities captured Stroop after he fled in Bryson's truck. Between Bryson's family and Crime Stoppers, as much as $12,500 is offered for information. Authorities are expanding the search into eastern Tennessee along the Blue Ridge Parkway corridor.
Deputies have charged 3 teenagers in a crime spree, and they say the crimes were racially motivated. They happened near campus at USC. Richland County deputies have the 3 in custody. 17-year-old Raquan Green is one. The other 2 are 15 years old. Their names have not been released because of their age. Deputies say the 3 made a statement that they hate white people and would target only white people. They stand accused of 7 armed robberies and most recently kidnapping a Midlands Tech student who was returning home to her apartment near Williams-Brice Stadium. Jordan Dinsmore says the teens held her at gunpoint, made her withdraw money from an ATM. Police said they threatened to sexually assault her, but she managed to jump out of their moving car.
Bruises and scratches, but no sprains, no.